Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Fit, Fine, and Flowing with Sasha Janae. I am not distracted, I swear. Hi, ladies. How are you? My sisters in flow. Welcome to another episode of Fit, Fine, and Flowing. I am so happy to be here with you. Um, Sometimes, like, so many things are going on around the world, like routine, normalcy, like that makes me feel grounded. Like, that's what I need to kind of bring myself back to myself. So we're just going to get right into the episode today. Um, let's do peaks and valleys. So I'm sitting here before you, ladies, and I am having like some family stuff happening, and I'll be completely. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be completely transparent. I feel like when it's time, I will be, but I think that like my peak is life and memories, and that's my peak, life and memories, and my family and just my happiness. And I feel like my valley would be um feeling like I'm losing that. So um that's kind of just where I'm at. uh but life is cycles, peaks and valleys, and life comes in cycles. Everything is about a cycle, and we just have to trust God. And he knows when it's time to take us home with him, and he knows when it's time to, when it's not time yet, and that doesn't have, like, that's completely out of our control. So I just, if anybody's like going through any type of like any phase of grief, I just, my heart is with you, and we can make it through it together. So today's episode, I wanted to just talk to you guys a little bit about um our our healthy habits. Like, so there's particular habits that no matter how you're losing weight or improving your health, there's particular habits that your body is going to need no matter what. So you have your naturalistas, your girlies that are losing weight, working out, cardio, weightlifting, and diet and nutrition, like regular diet and nutrition. Then you have your supplement girlies. I don't know if this qualifies as supplements. That might not be the right thing to say, but like you have your girls that are taking GLP-1s and stuff like that to enhance the weight loss. Our body naturally creates GLP-1s, guys. What's happening is we're putting a surplus of GLP-1s in the body. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but they are natural. So sometimes people will be on GLP-1s and say they're doing it naturally. It's because our body naturally creates that. Anyways, so fitness and nutrition, GLP-1s, getting your body done. Let me think, what else? Yeah, I guess those are like the three different ways that you can lose weight. Our body is still going to need some like these basic foundations of health and wellness. And that's just what I want to talk to you about today. Today's going to be a super simple show. It's going to be simple. I just want you guys to get the information. I don't want anybody that is watching our podcast that maybe had their body done, lipo 360, mommy makeover, BBL, all the good things, right? I don't want anybody that is on GLP-1s to feel ashamed. I don't want anybody that is doing it the natural way, lifting weights, cardio, eating right. I don't want anybody to feel ashamed for whatever they chose, whatever path and route they chose to lose weight. Maybe you got your body done 20 years ago and decided not to have it redone and decided to go the natural route. Or maybe because you had your body done before and genetics, decided to step in, you need to use GLP-1s. Like, there's so many different reasons why we choose the paths that we choose. I do not believe one path is easier than the other, because if you get your body done, you still have to maintain it, plus the pain that you go through when you initially get it done. If you're going through GLP-1s, there's so many side effects that could possibly affect you, right? When you're lifting weights and doing cardio, we have to sacrifice our time. We have to sacrifice our sleep. We have to sacrifice the actual pain every single day that you're in when you're sore and you're really, really locked in and dedicated. Okay. So this is a safe space for all my girls that are on whatever path they chose to start their weight loss journey. Even if you're at the beginning and you haven't made a decision yet, this is for all of y'all. There's no shame around it. And shame on you if you look at somebody and say that they're journey is less than because they took X, Y, and Z route. That is not a true statement. We welcome everybody, okay? So healthy habits that never go out of style, all right? I think that a lot of times, like, I think it's just easy to say, like, let's sum it up to 10 foundations of health, right? So one thing that's really, really underrated, especially in this day and age, I feel like it's underrated in this day and age because it's so hard to come by because we're always occupied and we're always distracted by something, is literally like sleep. Your fat loss starts in recovery, okay? Your hormones are regulated by sleep. Your cravings, your mood, your energy, all that stuff is regulated by whether or not you're getting enough sleep. Then you have your protein, okay? So when it comes to protein intake, your protein directly affects your hormones as well, okay? Your protein is going to affect your muscle preservation, how much, like how full you are. If you're eating enough protein, then you're not going to be like starving all day. Also aging well. Somebody who's eating enough protein, you're going to see that their skin is supple. They look good. Their appearance is very like full of vitality. Also, when you're eating protein, if whichever, say for example, you're doing the GLP-1 diet, right? Or not diet, you're taking a supplement. And so you're losing weight pretty fast. If you're eating the amount of like the correct amount of protein, and you're also incorporating weight training with that, you're gonna like still have a butt afterwards. If you're doing a lot of cardio, but you're consuming protein and you're doing weightlifting, you're not losing your butt first type of vibes. Okay. Strength training. Strength training is lifting weights. That is never going to go out of style. A lot of people really just like, a lot of women shy away from it because they're so scared to get big. I weigh 235. Okay. I lift very heavy weights and I have a shape like, y'all seen me. Body is tea. Okay. Now, yes, I'm working on getting my stomach flatter. Yes, I'm working on still toning my legs and stuff like that. But lifting the heavy weights really is going to give your body that shape that you're looking for. Okay. Hydration is key. Hydration is where your energy lies. Hydration is going to help you to digest all that good protein that you are consuming. Hydration is going to keep that skin very clear. When I became more intentional about my hydration, because before like when you first watch the episodes, you can see where the consumption of like probably energy drinks and not enough like liquid hydration, like water hydration, you can see and tell in my skin because I was doing like getting cystic acne down here. I changed up the products that I use on my face, but the biggest thing that I can say is I started really, really properly hydrating my body. I cut back on my energy drinks because caffeine does dehydrate you. My skin became so much clearer, and recovery is easier because your muscles need the water. It needs to quench their thirst. And then if you're taking creatine, y'all, you need more hydration. If you want your coochie wet, you need hydration. Hydration and sleep, okay, is so important. Your fiber, because your gut health is really is very, very closely linked to your mental state. You need your gut health to be in order. So you want to make sure that you're regular. Everybody poops. You should be pooping once, twice, maybe 3 times a day. I don't know if that's healthy, but I know I at least have I have a pooping hour. So like I literally every single day when I have like peak diet and nutrition and I'm on a solid routine, I have my pooping time. I'm not going to share with y'all what my pooping time is, but just know I have one because it is very important for you to remain regular. Fiber is going to regulate your gut health, your blood sugar, your cholesterol, and also it's another thing that's going to keep you satiated throughout the day. I wanted to say it because it's a fancy word, but I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Okay. Stress management, cortisol. You ever walk around, you wake up with a puffy face, you walk around with a puffy face, you see people like maybe they're actually really slim, but they have like this just like puffy face. That is number one fast food for sure, but also that is heightened cortisol. Our body naturally produces cortisol, but if there's no stress relief, so if you're not like working out and then getting those endorphins from working out, if you're not having like that can also be having sex that helps you to de-stress. That can be anything that's relaxing to you. If you're not having that happen on a regular basis in your body, that cortisol is going to be spiked, and you got to figure out what works for you to bring that cortisol down. We do not want there's no such thing as a cortisol detox. There is a such thing as lowering your cortisol because it is a natural hormone that comes in your body. What's happening is with this day and age, and with us having all the social media in our face and just everything that's happening, our cortisol is extra high, how it shouldn't be. So we need to bring that down so that we can look better, like we can look better and feel better. Emotional eating, I will say I had a day of emotional eating because I feel like I ate like every hour. I feel like I've been hungry every hour, but it just feels like if I eat and go to sleep, I'll be better. Like I'll wake up better. And I know that's not the case, but I didn't do too much. I definitely just didn't do like what I needed to do. I just didn't do too much. Anyways, emotional eating. So that's another reason why you want to manage your stress, because if some people eat a lot, like I eat a lot when I don't know. Sometimes I eat a lot when I'm sad. Sometimes I don't eat at all when I'm sad. But either way, stress management, because if I'm not eating a lot, I'm going to be skinny. But as soon as I eat a burger, it's all going to go to the wrong places. And you don't want that. Also, nervous system regulation. I read somewhere that walking is important, not only obviously because of cardio, et cetera, but when you're actually walking and you're moving your arms like this, somehow it is a body reset. And I got to look that up for y'all because I thought that was so crazy. Like everybody needs to walk. But if you actually put you're intentionally walking and you're walking like this is resetting your nervous system, which is super cool. Community, sisters in flow. That is something that is always, always, always going to keep us strengthened on our health and wellness journey. Accountability is important with community, friends, okay, family, and finding your people. So we have found our people and we're continuing to grow, ladies. Now, consistency over perfection. I think that's basically like mindset. Honestly, the positive mindset, the more positive your mindset is, and the more that you speak positively over yourself while you're on this health and wellness journey, that is going to be something that can never go away, because your body may be transforming. And when people go get an operation and people go do the GLP-1s, I think the downfall for that is that your mind is going to sleep one way and waking up another way. And I don't know if your brain and your emotions and your heart can catch up to that. So a lot of times, some people's lived experiences, their self-esteem becomes lower when they're fixed or where at the weight they want to be, because it happened so fast. Their mind didn't have a chance to catch up with what was happening mentally. So body dysmorphia kicks into high drive and makes them feel like there's so many more imperfections now that they have to fix. So keeping that mental stability and mental clarity, this health and wellness journey is not a physical thing. This is why we're not doing it for the men. First of all, men never notice. You see what I did there? But we're not doing this for the men. We're doing this for ourselves. We're doing this for our health and wellness. We're doing this so we can beat our kids in races. We're doing this so that we can just overall feel well. And when we get to that age where we start to, fall and things become a little uneasy, we have extra protection because we've worked on our bodies this long. We have a longer life and longevity, right? Also, and I guess like number 10 is self-compassion, but that's really like also in mental clarity. Like, it's very important to continue to grow your mind. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Say affirmations over yourself. Be intentional about the positive changes happening in your body. I will be the first to say, honestly, on this journey, like I know externally I look good because when I take the pictures, I can see myself, right? But when I look at myself, like maybe I catch myself in a reflection or something, I'm like, what? Like, people really be out here lying to me, talking about what ways to da da da. And then I have to stop myself and like refrain my stinking thinking, like, hey, listen, girl, you are a work in progress. If you just went an A, of course you got the little poochie pooch, right? If you're sitting down and you're scrunched up, of course, like you look a type of way, whatever. We have to be so much more gentle with ourselves. We have to give ourselves so much more grace. And also with that comes like comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. I will go crazy trying to compete with my best friend and do everything this mofo does. I will go crazy. You're going to lose your mind in that person. You're going to try and literally just become them and adopt their life and adopt everything about them. And what a waste of who you are, right? Trying to be somebody else is such a waste of who God made you to be. So I think that it's really important that we're figuring out, what can I do and include in my journey to grow here and here, so that when all this is snatched in tea and on point and exactly where you want it to be, you can actually enjoy it. Because GLP-1s are an investment, okay, financially. Getting your body done is an investment financially, but you know what else is an investment? Gyms, going to the gym memberships, the time that you put in, the work that you put in, the healthy whole foods is an investment. Like, all this stuff is at the very least huge financial investments into yourself. So you want to be able to at least enjoy like the return on your investment, if you know what I mean. Okay. Now, I will say, like our myth busting segment, right? Which I don't know about this. I feel like I didn't put it in the right place in the episode, but it's cool. Just so that, so question, can I just take GLP-1 and skip everything else? And so the answer is going to be, the GLP-1 medication is extremely helpful tool to enhance your weight loss journey, but the GLP-1 is not going to replace the nutrition, the actual physical movement that you need, the rest that your body needs to recover, the muscle that your body needs to protect the bones, okay? And then also hydration and mental health. So no, I'm going to say here, no, you need more than just the GLP-1. You need these foundational, fundamental pieces that complete your journey, so that at the end of your journey, you're a complete person, instead of just, well, at least I look skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to just, and I say skinny figuratively, but that's not what we're shooting for. We're shooting for health and wellness. Okay. Now, I feel like health isn't earned by suffering, but it's built through small promises you keep to yourself every single day. And so, like, working out in the gym, some people are like, oh, that's suffering. You know what I'm saying? Some people say GLP-1s have so many side effects. Like, man, that person would rather suffer than, do it naturally. The operation thing, like me personally, 2 C-sections later, I don't think I am strong enough to go through the healing process of lipo 360, BBL, all that stuff like that, because I hear it's really, really intense. And shout out to those girls that are open and strong enough to do that, and their support systems that are there for them, helping them to heal, and their doctors for doing the right, a good job. Because like, y'all be eating down, like they be eating them BBLs down, you know what I'm saying? And I sometimes envy that, because I wish that I could handle that physical pain better, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe that would be the route I take. But also, you know what I'm saying? This is my journey. I do this for mental health, you know what I'm saying? Body binti, like I'm just getting better. You feel me? Now, when it comes to the all things vagina segment, I'm really just gonna piggyback off of our main segment here. Excuse me, I'm so nervous that I sneeze and I like blow out the sound. My bad. Excuse me. But all these foundational things here, and vitamin D as well. Okay. So sometimes you got to go play outside. Sometimes you got to take a walk outside. You need the vitamin D. It's gonna enhance your mood. It's gonna boost your vibe. All the good stuff. We need the vitamin D. We need the vitamin D and the vitamin capital D. But you feel me? Anyways, so the all things vagina segment, I would just say, honestly, like just the basics. We've already gone over this. Hydration affects lubrication. You want the coochie wet? Drink your water. Drink your little life hack here. If you feel a little dehydrated, you are going to still have to drink actual water, but you can get a hydration drink. Like I would say, well, I'm not going to say any name brands because I don't have them here, but I would say drink a hydration drink. That's going to help. But drink that as a quickie and then keep drinking your water. And that will, I promise, that will work wonders. Blood sugar balance can influence the risk of yeast infections. And that makes sense because what goes on in your gut affects everything in your entire body. Sleep influences your hormones. Fiber supports the gut, which is connected to the vaginal health as well. So I just want to let y'all know that all of this, all these foundational habits here, they tie all into one and they make you one whole functioning woman, human being, okay? Woman, because this is for the ladies. So I just really want to challenge y'all because this really episode is like super duper, like super fundamental episode, right? So I don't want you to be like, dang, what happened? Like, I'm going through some things. It's cool. Keep me in prayer, whatever. But I do want to challenge y'all, okay? This week, do not try to change your entire life, okay? Just chill. Pick just one foundation to strengthen. Either drink more water, go to bed 30 minutes earlier, add protein into your breakfast, take a 15-minute walk in the sun. And I want to challenge y'all to do this because I really want you guys to grasp the fact that these small habits are really going to compound into big habits. And no matter what part of your journey in, you need all this in your daily life anyways, okay? And I really think that I need you to reframe your mind from like which method works best or what everybody's doing or, taking the easy way out. Like none of that is valid. If it works for you, it works for you. And that's the end of the discussion. There's no, like I said, there's no shaming our sisters in flow for whatever journey they chose. Focus on your own plate, focus on your own path and do the best that you can. But these small habits are going to affect you in a positive way as long as we remain consistent. Okay. And you're going to see the momentum start to build up. And then that's when you just continue to ride the wave. So my sisters, I want to thank you so much for coming to today's episode. I hope that you got valuable information. I hope that it made you think. And I hope that you will share this with 5 to 7 of your sisters in flow. Saturday, July 11th, we have our sold out 11/11 R&B experience. I'm super excited to get with you girls. I'm super excited to shake out that root chakra and to get sexy and to feel beautiful and be sassy. Remember, I Am Activewear is going to be on location. If you use code Sasha20, you can get your little fit because I want all my girls in pink and black, right? And you can either get it beforehand or you can buy it on location. You also can go online to iamactivewear.com to choose your outfit. You can still use Sasha20 for 20% off. Thank you so much for coming to another episode of Fit, Fine, and Flowing. Have a great night.